Hello everyone, this is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona. And today I am in my craft room showing you a fun card I created. And it is of the floating card technique. So I want to show that to you today. If you're here, let me know. My Facebook screen just did something really goofy and it shows that I'm sideways. Will someone give me a comment to let me know if I'm looking right on camera? And the comments are all sideways, so I would appreciate any help you have for me. If you don't know what a floating card is, I saw it on Pinterest. And it uses window sheets to make the image look like it is floating on the paper. Well, you know, I'm going to switch you down to my workspace and kind of show you what I'm talking about. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see. So I am using today the Stampin' Up! Sweet Candy Canes bundle, which is on pages 8 and 9 of Stampin' Up's July through December annual catalog, or not July through December mini catalog. So I'll be using that as well as a host of other projects. Hey, Tammy, thanks for popping in. Can you just give me a quick note to let me know if I'm showing up sideways or regular ways? Hey, Kay, thanks for popping in. If you see anything funny, let me know. Something different is happening today, which is throwing me off just a little bit, but we'll get going on it. So anyway, I was popping through Pinterest and found this really cool card created by Dr. Robin, and it shows this really fun technique of the floating card. So I thought, well, gee, I wonder if I can make that my own way and use some of the products that I have to show that in a different way. So I created this floating card. So I have the red and white glimmer paper on window sheets that's popped up on some snowflake vellum that's layered on a soft, succulent Merry Melody piece of soft, succulent cardstock. So I wanted to show you how I did that today. All right. Let's get started. I did use a lot of different products. The major of which are Stampin' Up's window sheets. They're clear. And these, for the candy canes, they measure 4 3/4 by 1 3/4. And you will need 2 of them. And the silicone mat is also nice to have with this, or even just the grid paper, because the grid lines help put the glimmer paper on here. So this is a good way to use up your little scraps. I have cut a bunch of little from the red and white glimmer paper. I've got them here in a little packet. I'll just dump them out so then I will be able to use them. So they measure 1/2 inch by 2 inches. So I just have a bunch of those all ready to go. Hi, Fran. Thanks for popping in today. Making a floating card with some candy canes. Let me show the card again just to remind you what I'm working on. So again, I have Stampin' Up's window sheets right here, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. It's just the right width to deal with these. So I'm going to start with my red, and I'm going to put the red at the very top. And I'll just do a few to show you how I did that. And then if I layer it with my grid paper, I can see where I am putting the lines. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to die cut it, and it's going to be on a layer. Hey, Chris, thanks for joining today. I hope I'm right side up. There's the white and then the red, and you just kind of keep layering until you're down to the bottom. I won't do the whole thing because it does get kind of, it's a little tedious, but it's a super fun project to do. So you'll need 2 of these for this card because of the facing, hi Sandy, because of the candy canes, one faces one way and one faces the other. And so maybe I can get one done here in a little bit. All right. So you get the idea. And then once you get all of the pieces on, then you grab your candy cane dies. Now, the Sweet Candy Canes bundle from Stampin' Up! Is going to be retiring. So if it's something that you want to get, I suggest you go ahead and order that. The catalog runs through January 4th, but things are while supplies last. So then what I would do is I would go to the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and here's one of my candy canes, and I would lay my candy cane at an angle on there so that the stripes go sideways. Good morning, Linda. Thanks for joining. So I would have 2 of those. I would do one that faces this way and one that faces that way. So you have opposing side candy canes. And you do want to put those on an angle so that you get the diagonal. I did one that was straight and it looked kind of funny. Thanks for joining, Gina. So I have done a couple of these ahead of time so you can see the final result of those candy canes. So very, very glittery, very fun. So then the next layer for me would be a piece of the Snowflake specialty vellum, the 12 by 12 specialty vellum. And I don't know if you've seen this in the catalog, but I used it for a card on Blog Hop for Saturday. And it's just this gorgeous, gorgeous specialty paper. So this is the iridescent. That's the card I made for the Blog Hop. So there are 6 sheets. So the iridescent snowflakes. Here's a piece without that in the. And then we have a piece of the snowflake flocked. And then there's also a piece of their dotted iridescent, so that's pretty. And then today I am using the dotted flocked. So I've cut this at 5 1/4 by 4. And the one way that I thought it would be easiest to use would be to use Stampin' Up's and adhesive sheets. So I have one of the adhesive sheets, and it's cut to just under 5 1/4 by 4 so that I can get it on there easily, and then I can die cut it, and then I have adhesive on the whole piece so it will be easy to layer on my card. So I'm just, sometimes you battle with the adhesive sheets. Some days it's a good day, and sometimes it just takes you a little bit longer. But I find that the adhesive sheets can be a really nice addition when you're trying to, especially for little pieces. Hi, Sue. Thanks for popping on today. Just battling with some adhesive sheets, but I have it. And so they come off in strips. I'm sure I'm battling. I thought it was. And then I put that adhesive side, sticky side down onto my vellum. Give it a good press. Hi, Deb. Thanks for joining. I am making a floating candy canes card with Stampin' Up! Sweet Candy Canes bundle. Then I ran this piece through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with one of the deckled rectangles, and that's what I ended up with. So I'm going to layer that on a piece of soft succulent measuring 5 1/4 by 4 that I've run through the Merry Melody 3D embossing folder. So with the adhesive on the back of this snowflake or this snowflake specialty vellum, and that's going to be retiring too, so you'll want to grab that because it's making some beautiful cards. So I'm just going to layer that right in the middle and just give it a good press in. Thank you. I just wanted to try something a little different with the floating card technique. There are a lot of techniques around with that, but I wanted to use it on the candy canes. So then I have my red cardstock, measures 5 1/4 by 11, 4 1/4. Geez, off today. 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and folded. I'll go ahead and use my Stampin' Seal Plus to put the this piece on so you can see how that card is coming together. All right. Then what I did was use Stampin' Dimensionals to pop up those candy canes. And I'm going to turn them over and look at where the paper is, so I'm sure that the dimensionals won't show through. So I just need a couple on here. And if I need, well, look, I say a couple and then I go crazy. But the dimensionals are a good purchase, and they're not that expensive. So make sure your projects don't sag. Alrighty, so I'll layer that one like so, and then I'm gonna be able to put this one here. So I won't put any dimensionals there, so I won't mess that up. But I was inspired by a card I saw on Pinterest by Dr. Robin, and this is just my take on that. Gotta love that red and white glimmer paper. That the snowflake paper is gorgeous, and the Sweet Candy Cane stamp set and bundle has been my go-to this holiday season. All right, so what I've done, I've got the sentiment all ready to go, Christmas cheer. Used another die. I used the Picture This die. I got this tip from Gina, and I just cut out a bunch of circles, so I always have my circles for a sentiment when I need it, and this Christmas cheer fits perfectly in there. So I'll just ink that up with my Real Red ink, just gently practice on my grid paper. And there, that's all ready to go. And because I've already popped up the candy canes, I don't need to do that with the sentiment. So I'm going to just grab my trusty little glue dots and put some adhesive on the back of that sentiment and layer it here. Now, I went back and forth about whether or not this card needs ribbon. So if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them for the ribbon. I thought about coloring some of the white baker's twine with a red, real red Stampin' Blend and putting it on there. We talked about some soft succulent to match that paper, but in the end I went without. But however, we do have to have some bling, and so we're going to go with my favorite, the red rhinestone jewels. And I'm in luck because I think red rhinestone jewels work well for Valentine's Day as well. So that's our next major holiday coming up after Christmas. So there you go. That is how I made You Like It Without the Ribbon. Thanks, Deb. I wasn't sure, so I just went ahead and did it without, added some jewels, and I will be able to get this card out. Actually, I do have a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of white cardstock, basic white, that I'm going to add one of the candy canes to. You could also do this for the outside of your envelope. So I will ink that up and then just have something fun for the inside. You could use any of those. Hey Candace, thanks for joining today. I created a floating candy canes card using Stampin' Up's Sweet Candy Canes bundle. So I'll just put some adhesive on the back of that and we'll be ready to send this card out. I know that we're in full swing of getting our holiday cards out. So I wish you the best of luck. Let me know if you need any help or any products. You can find me online at kimplayswithpaper.com. And there are some cutting directions as well as a supply list on that blog post today. So let me just show you a couple of, I think I showed you some, but I don't know if this is that snowflake vellum with the red. I needed to make some thank you notes. And then I also did that in the Night of Navy. So, Sandy Graves gave me a little suggestion of using the leaves in soft succulent to just give me something for that little space there. That's a really good idea. I'll have to try that. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you have a good, if you're in the United States, a good Thanksgiving week, and hopefully you find a little time to stamp and get your holiday cards done. I appreciate you so much for watching and popping in and commenting, and I will see you next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.